Okay, you're watching Dead TV Live. In the mix, we have Greg Foreman from, well, he's from Greg Foreman Incorporated, but he also performs with Cat Power, among other people. He's a friend, and also he's going to show us something today. So what's going on, Greg?
I'm just here in Malibu, as I'll show you, and here recording and rehearsing for a new Cat Power record.
So excited, like everybody else.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'll show you what's going on outside, where we're at, what the deal is. It's pretty cool to be able to do this. Right here, you can see this is Malibu.
Well, wait 1 second. You know what? What studio are you at? What studio are you at? Are you at the one with the Rolling Stones bus outside?
No.
Okay, because there's a guy from a band called the Suburbans that has a mad studio out that way.
No, we're in a home studio.
Okay, cool.
And you can see here we got this is a little cumbersome, but we got like a Honer clavinet here.
Oh, cool. Let's see. Come on, Greg.
In here we have the amp room, one of them. We got like an old, this is like Beck's amps. We borrowed a bunch of shit from him.
Nice guy. Thanks, Beck.
Yep, that's his magnetone.
I remember those.
Yeah, here's all like the effects and percussion. Let me take you out here. We've got, this is a drum setup here.
Okay, this is interesting. Slow down for a second. What is that? Some kind? Okay, that looks like a blue microphone hanging over the top. Is that the blue brand with the little diaphragm hanging out there?
It's a Neumann. Actually.
Oh, that's a weird Neumann. Huh?
Yeah,
like a Telefunken Klaus or something. Oh yeah, that's sweet.
Yeah.
You don't see those every day.
No. And what else we got going on here? This is one of my stations. This is like the for this.
There it is.
There's Space Echo. I've been using this live, this Nord kind of.
Okay, yeah, I know what they are. How's that work?
You can hear a little bit. Can you hear this? Let's see.
Oh, so cool.
I just use that for like
yeah,
Wurlitzers, kind of shit like that.
Yeah, it's so good.
And then with the for fun, I just put the Space Echo on. Give it a little feedback. Whatever.
Yeah, we know all about that with our Skype calls.
Oh, yeah. You gotta love, hey, someone loves the Space Echo. You gotta love the Space Echo.
I love it.
All respect to, okay, so here's Sean's little area. You got piano. Here's a West German microphone as well.
Oh, yeah, that's another Telefunken.
Yep.
Very nice. I've got one of those. Two of them.
Sorry for the wobbly camera. I'm using my computer.
Hey, don't worry about it.
This is her piano.
So this is what is this going to be? Is this going to? What are you guys going to do? Something like if Deliverance was starring somebody like Elton John and Dr. John in Deliverance?
No, it'll be more like I'm going to say Ian McClagan versus Eric Satie.
So I don't want you guys I don't want you to give all the goodies, the secrets, but is the piano setup for her? Is that for her like somber like solo moments? Are you guys going to play simultaneously with keyboards or a mix of things?
A mix.
Okay, cool.
Definitely.
Cool.
Like she's playing a lot more guitar as well. So I mean, one of the songs reminds me. It's a lot more VU kind of vibe, or it's kind of like a little bit darker, more psychedelic, which is probably why I have this thing here in the first place, the little space echo.
Yeah. Options.
I can't. Oh yeah, dub me out, Lee Perry style.
I love that.
So right now I'm waiting for a delivery of a Fender Twin.
Excellent. Hey, you know what, Greg? I want to put this out here, but you're welcome anytime to go by Rob's, and I'll send him a quick email. And yeah, you can use like my amps, but you know what I have there that you can have as a gift? Because I'm so stoked about you. Ready? I actually got a Echoplex there.
Do I want to what? Yeah, I'd love a Wurlitzer. Oh, we have a real Wurlitzer here.
Okay.
Oh, you have an Echoplex?
I'll give it to you.
No way.
Yes, I will.
Wow.
And I'll
That is a gift.
Yeah.
That is quite a gift.
You deserve it, man, and it's cool to have options.
Well, I was just thinking, because what you're doing here is so unique.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just happy to be a little bit of a part of it, but I feel like maybe, whether or not people like this band or whatnot, it might make good TV.
This is the
for people
best.
to see kind of how it goes.
It's history, man. These clips will be borrowed by people in the future, Because this is all what we got for our time. Everybody looks at it, no matter what it is, from old stuff. If that's all they got, people cherish that moments. You know what I'm saying? But people forget about it when it's our time to do that sometimes too, to document.
So you use you use pretty much a Pro Tools setup sometimes too, right?
It's convenient to me for me. The simple thing is, if I was going to make a record, I would burn through 200 2-inch tapes easily because I record on the fly.
Sure.
So I don't want to waste that much time. But you can run the signals right back into a deck, and whoa, look at that thing.
That's like a Mike Pre-Neve thing, right?
Yeah, that's what that is.
Yeah, we got it's pretty cool.
Yeah, those things are great,
Anton from Brian Jonestown. You know him. No, Judas says hi.
Hi, Jizz. Trader. I'm just kidding. He's heard that.
What else? Let's see. I mean, that's pretty much it. We've got
what about
each state.
What about craft services? You didn't show us your spread. That's what people want to know.
That's what the people want to see, eh?
Of course.
All right. Let me.
Vitamins.
Here you go. We got
the hero.
Surge in the mix.
Oh, I can tell this is gonna be a good record right there, man.
Oh yeah.
From what I see.
Let's see what else. This is the craft services.
Oh, well, that's sweet.
This is my main thing right here. This espresso machine.
Yeah, that's a pretty nice one.
Is
that also German? Is that also a German machine? Or Italian?
See. It is Swiss.
Ah, well, there you go.
Let's hope it's the French side. Just kidding. German. Here's the pantry.
Jesus. Cool. Yeah.
I'll give you a little quick outside thing. Now we're, can you see all right, or is it too bright?
No, it's perfect.
Okay, so can you see down there, there's the trees and the pool.
Oh, my Lord. That's cool.
I mean, it's like not usual for us, but, sometimes if you want to make a record or you want to rehearse.
Sure.
It's good to have an environment that's, and California, so.
Sure.
This is a good time of year to be here.
And also, I did that one record at the Pier Publishing Mansion. It's in Dig, and that was just a great experience to have that pool in the forest right in the middle of the Hollywood Hills.
Yeah.
And I did another one in my own house, so this is a good way to do it. Much better than the urban environment.
Germany. Yeah, I mean, I saw the film, and that's really great. How was the experience there?
It was, it was amazing. I was in the room where Buddy Holly and, Donovan wrote all that shit because they were all on Pier. And I'm using those same decks, and I had the tapes for the Germs' first live record. I nicked them with Greg Shaw because Ralph Pier was the son, and he was dead, and nobody even knew what this shit was. So I'm like, yeah, I'll put out this record
I
again.
forgot. Did you remember to hit record?
Yeah, I'm recording.
Okay, cool. So over here, this is just some weird.
Hey, Greg, let me finish that story. You know,
Yeah, do it.
Greg Shaw recorded with Ralph Peer the first Germs gig. There's a record, Live at the Whiskey, and then Ralph died. So we couldn't ask if we could put it out again, and they don't even know what it is. So we just put it out again. That's what I was talking about. Because Ralph wouldn't have minded.
Wow. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was
story,
awesome.
Actually.
I didn't know Ralph, but they hooked me up, that's for sure.
What else? I mean, this is pretty much it. It's like pretty bare bones as far as like, you know, I think in one of my theories is if you have good pre's and good mics, you know, the rest is sort of takes care of itself.
Sure.
I think.
Yeah, so what, you've got a Pro Tools rig over in the corner someplace, but you're running it through the Neve channels.
Exactly, which is important because it gives you the warmth of the Neve, you know.
It's one way to do it, you know, and that's a real popular way because they just gut that stuff, you know. If that's in a board, a big mixing board, they just part that stuff out immediately. Because even two of those channels can make a record.
Exactly, and the guy doing this is this guy Brian, who he mainly does like Beck and stuff like that.
But where is Brian?
He's hiding around somewhere.
Okay, well, would love
you know him?
No, but I'd love to talk to him anytime. Not to steal his ideas, just to shoot the crap for posterity.
Yeah, no, of course.
But not today, you know, because his mind should be focused on the session. That's why he's there.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know? I just think that this is so cool to be able to, you know, take a few minutes and kind of talk about this stuff. And
well, 1 second though. You know, do you have permission to show us one of our acoustic guitars or something? You guys got any guitars around or anything? Because people love that stuff. The Japanese people do.
Sure.
We're not going
to see
anything. People are gearheads.
Here's one of the guitars. It's a Martin.
Oh, of course. Well, that's nice.
And then we have here, I guess, a custom guitar. It's a Gretsch. It says.
Wow.
I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah.
It's way out west.
That's really cool. I like that.
The electrics we have in here. They're mostly they're pretty basic. We have a let me get Sealer down here.
Oh yeah.
We have another Martin. Oh, where's the good guitars? This is my guitar. This is the best guitar here.
Okay, who are we talking to now? Who are we looking at now? Just say hi to everybody around the world.
That's Judah Bauer.
Okay, yeah. Very cool.
And this is Sean Marshall's guitar. It's a silver tone.
Yep, those are great. Little lipstick.
Yeah, exactly. What was that? He's on loan right now to us. We have this. What kind of keyboard is this? This is called an Elka Panther.
Ooh, that is beautiful.
Yeah, it's pretty unique. Do you want to see the?
Anything you got, man. Show us your whips.
Want to see the?
I want to see your whips and chains.
This is the amps. Some of the amps.
Wow.
It's electronics.
Of course.
Over here's.
The Furman light, the Furman light power.
We got another Space Echo over here. It's the 501. Can
Yeah.
you see that?
Yeah, of course. That was the earlier model. That was the one that came out before that. Wow.
Revox tape machine.
Very cool. Again.
It's just to go to that. Here's.
Let's see.
We hear like a Yamaha kind of Moog thing.
Yeah, I have that.
Here's the. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm knocking shit over now.
Okay.
I know I'm becoming a nuisance.
Okay.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. Anything else in particular? Oh, here's the I love these. This is a jam right here for me personally.
Oh yeah, of course. Remember we were just talking about the match set of those that I found, the bass and the guitar for 59,000 pounds, starting.
Yeah. This is good too. This is interesting. It's a K.
Oh yeah, I've got a bunch of that stuff, but not those. That is interesting. Big P90
We got
pickups.
Exactly. We got a bunch of Fenders, a short scale Mustang bass.
Yeah, those are great.
I when I play slide, I tend to use a ES335, just because I like the semi hollow body thing.
Yeah.
You know?
It works.
What else? You want to see some of this house?
Yeah, that'd be beautiful. Anything, it's all good.
Okay, so this is. Let me see if I can do this without getting. So this is one of the stairwells. I'm starting to get checked. This right here is the like kind of reading room, the reading area. Like it's got some windows
And great light.
Here's one bedroom out of like 100.
Oh. Well, that's nice. Grandma would be happy there.
Yes.
Lots of light.
Well, this is like where. Okay, this is another bathroom. Overlooks all that stuff out there.
It's a nice place.
There's the mountains. You see the mountains up there?
Yeah, it almost doesn't look like LA to me, you know what I mean? That's the beauty of Malibu, right?
Exactly.
The
Here's
colony.
my room. It's kind of messy. I got the company, some teddy bears.
Oh.
So obviously this was like a kid's room. We've got like this to help me sleep at night. It's like a wave machine.
Oh, that's cool. They also,
What else?
they have those things on Japanese toilets too. They have the sound.
They do?
Yes, they do. Like if you play the ABC
yes.
in Glasgow, they've got it.
This is the thing you and I were discussing via whatever the this good old thing.
Oh yeah, the electric tambora.
Right, exactly. I can plug it in and play it for them if they want to hear it.
Of course they do. Everybody's learning here.
Yeah. All right, so this is, to my knowledge, what people use when they're practicing their sitars
Accompaniment.
in India.
Yeah.
And plug this jam in. We use this live.
Me too. Ricky uses one.
And it sounds like this. That's in the key of E. You can change the key.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really
And
cool.
you can change the pitch. I think there's like a this thing is for
Yeah.
you can say your own to that in harmony.
Wow.
Just make your own song.
Wow, I didn't know that.
It's like the Buddhist Close Encounters.
That is great.
So yeah, we have the electronic tempura, which I actually should bring down.
Hey, have you ever sampled that and used it as a kick drum? Just kidding.
Yeah. What else? I mean, that's pretty much it. I got this the other day at a yard sale in Philadelphia for $1. I love round tambourines.
Yeah, I don't like the plastic ones. I like the old ones made in Mexico, but that's pretty cool.
Well, I got one that Bobby Gillespie kind of gave me, and it's like this kind of round, but it's all metal. It should be. Let me see. That would suck if it's not here, because I need it.
Yeah.
And it's nice because it's from a friend. Let's see.
Quick question, Greg.
Yeah. Yes.
So, do you guys go to the beach, or what do you do when? I guess you got the whole outside there. You just go about your business and relax and enjoy it, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I've only been here for a few days, but we watch movies and make food.
Very cool.
This is
Yeah,
this is cool. A little Tibetan bowl.
so beautiful.
And that's pretty much it. I mean,
Wow.
you know, whether or not the people watching are into the music or whatever, it's pretty cool to take a good look into how things work.
Definitely. You know, I've got 75 players on. We have like 6 websites now, so you know, there's a lot of people watching. So this is
Oh,
good. Yeah. This is solid.
Like I told you before, I really think you're kind of cutting some new ground here. So for me to be a part of it with you is like, you know, it's sort of my pleasure.
Well, I'm just really interested to see what other people will do when they go, well, I could do that better, because that's always been one of my motivations. That's what got me into playing music, like we talked about before, is I want to see what people do with this kind of idea that's so simple and free, you know, as long as you got a good Mac.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, hopefully nobody out there's who uses PC anyway, right?
Well, it's okay. This also works on PC, you know, it's whatever you're into,
Does
but
it?
yeah, but whatever you're into, you know what I mean? If you're hell bent on using a PC, whatever. I'm not going to argue with you, you know?
I like these too. You know, a lot of people don't like these, but these little like chaos pad things.
Yeah.
Through the, you know, in the middle of the set, sometimes we have like a psychedelic moment where I just turn the space echo on.
Sure.
And make crazy sounds like really Pink Floyd freak out.
Some breathing space to like you know, because a lot of people don't understand when you're somebody like their band, like Greg's group, there's so many great ideas and there's such great performances. You know, it's like sometimes it's so important to have a little bit of breathing space for people to take it all in, because if you hear 20 good things in a row, it's like, well, how can you differentiate? You know, it becomes a big giant blur of greatness. So sometimes it's good to bring it up in a wave, just like we have our emotional waves or whatever, just like the sun rises and sets, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of this, you were talking about this the other night or something. This is that director who did.
There she is.
She Killed in Ecstasy.
Yep.
You know? This is Jess Franco's classic Vampiros Lesbos.
Motel Records. Motel Records.
Fred Hubler.
Motel Records put that out. They tried to sign us.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
What happened?
They're not for real. You know, they're just about making money.
Oh, man.
I mean, they're okay. They offered me $10,000 to own, you know, the rights to the record forever. And I was just like, shut up.
This is from my last trip to L.A. Yeah, I went and got to go hang out.
Wow.
And shoot an AK-47 finally.
I have one.
That was cool.
I have one. It's
yeah,
nice.
They're great, right?
Yeah, they're beautiful machines. So you can, you know, I've got one that's like not like a cheap one. It's from the Czech Republic, and it was like made well.
Oh, good.
It's the same machine, but with like real good metal and ultra fine machining. But it's not something that it just stays where it stays, because it's not something you can have assault rifle or whatever. Do you know what I mean? It's not something to be shared or shown to anybody or anything. It just exists, right?
Yeah, I mean.
And it's safe. It's not going into any gangs. It's not getting stolen ever. It's just safe, kind of thing.
Yeah. So how's it going over there? What's going on in Germany today?
Well, I took a shower and shaved. I know you.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. I wanted to look handsome for your recording session.
Well, me too. Although my hair thing, I just washed. It's not going well.
Yeah, mine too. Mine's just all flopping all over around like a, I don't know. I forget what my joke about the word flop is. Never mind. But what's going on? I think I'm going to have this guy Tebow come over from Grenoble, and even if I go play with Black Angels for a couple of days, we're going to start taking the syllables from these new songs and making French words.
Oh yeah.
I
You know what? I love their new record.
Yeah, well, I was playing it in sequence. Like I stayed up. I did like 20 hours yesterday of the show in a row, and at a certain point, I
Oh,
decided to like make mini playlists. You know, like six long. Like go like, well, this could be how the album goes. You get six songs into it, and it's just it's really amazing. I've never done it yet. I'm not thinking about that. So then I realized that I've really been working very hard because I can't even
right.
remember how many songs I've written since August. It, you know,
Well, this
I just
somebody is.
go ahead.
I'm sorry. Somebody was just wondering who I am.
Oh, in the
They're
chat
like,
room.
just logged in. Who is this guy?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's this. We're ladies and gentlemen. We're speaking with Greg Foreman. He's an artist, but he's also a member of Cat Power, and they are in a recording studio in Malibu, California, working on the next release, this new album. And he's been gracious enough to invite us into the studio and take a peek around and just talk for a couple minutes right before they start this session. Where we're trying to be unobtrusive, but we're all learning and checking stuff out. So that's what you're watching.
There you have it, people on the right.
You, you,
Yeah, and Delta 72. Yeah, that's old school.
Yeah, and the coolest thing is you seem really relaxed, and that always lends itself to something. You know,
Yeah.
it's a good time.
Yeah. Well, it's like I don't know. I've never really done a record out here. Mostly, yeah, we did one record at the old Criterion where Tom Dowd recorded everything.
Historic.
Yeah, it was so good. All the James Brown and Aretha records up on the wall, and
Were you licking the
you
walls?
know, pretty much. And they had the piano. Like I'm not a Clapton fan personally, but they had the piano that Layla was recorded on.
How did I know that word was coming up?
Exactly right. Well, because he pretty much lived there during that Derek and the Dominoes era.
Yeah.
Whatever, blah blah blah. I do like Greg Allman though. I mean Dwayne Allman because
Okay. A
he's
quick.
got some soul.
Yeah. Well, quick. Check this out. In that house where you went to Sophie and all that with George and all that stuff. That organ that
Yeah.
was sitting there, that was Greg Allman's organ that I bought from him up in Santa Cruz. And what he did when he toured,
Oh, really?
yeah, what he did is he had 6 B3s because he can't really travel a whole tour. So he would just call up his mates and say, bring it to the show for these 3 shows. And then they would park back at their house until he came touring again. And I bought one of those when he stopped touring.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah, but that's gone because my son's mother, in a fit, needed to save her house. And I was just like, whatever, man. I don't have the kind of bread to save a house. Just let me give you the tone cabinet because it's worth 10 grand, Versus,
Exactly.
if you have one of those B3s with just the Leslie, it's like, okay, like 4,000 or something, for the real good ones or something. But I don't know how much they are to get today. But you add the next element that it's supposed to actually have this crazy tone cabinet, and it's a 10,000. It's a 10,000. It just sucked. It broke my heart, but it's just stuff. I mean, it was my son and my life, So
Yeah, family.
that's the kind of guy I am, a loser.
No, man. The thing that's cool about what we're doing here too is people get to see another side of you just because whenever we've talked,
Yeah.
you seem like disarmed and more relaxed than like if you have 100 people coming at you, like,
Yeah.
trying to get something from you,
Yeah.
rather than we're just talking. It's like whatever.
People forget that, and that's one of
So-
my beefs is we're actually just regular people. I mean, we have alternative lifestyles, not alternative music, but like bohemian or whatever you want to call it, right? We have our own take on life, and we're comfortable with that. People forget that a lot of us in this business are just regular people, and if you drop all that super fan and that weird nervousness, then it's just like real confident normal people, doing their own thing. And it's not all angry or stand back or elusive or some kind of veils, filtered. It's just normal, like,
Agreed.
And I want to just remind
Okay.
people when you meet somebody that if you can control yourself, I mean, they usually know, they've met a lot of people, that people can be nervous. And if you can just understand that dynamic, then it'll always work better if you don't push people.
Exactly. Um,
It's all how you approach the tiger.
right, exactly. So, what else? How are you adjusting? How are you liking building the new studio? Everyone
I have
who
a
doesn't know is building a new studio that's going to be a creative epicenter.
It's definitely very cool. I have another meeting with the actual landlord, not the property people, and I'm just afraid that I'll say something that will confuse them. But you know, the Martin Scorsese thing gets them because everybody knows who that guy is, and they're like,
Exactly.
"Oh, that's how you can pay cash for this studio or whatever because
Mhm.
they gave you a little bit of money or something."
And for anybody who doesn't know, it's because you do you have the theme to Boardwalk Empire, right?
Yep, they were very, very nice. They asked me what I thought about them doing that, and I said, "Thank you." That's what I think.
Yeah. That's great.
Because you don't even need to tell that guy that he's great or those people that they're just very talented and much needed. And somebody brought up, you know what the subtext of that is I didn't even realize the show because I haven't bothered to watch it. Even the trailer, I'm sorry, I just can't. It's like I don't watch Dig or any of that stuff. I'm just one of those type of people. I'm more into, my life than
Yeah.
something else. But I did check out our interview, and I was Katie and I were laughing about it and really enjoyed it. But so that's different. But because I'm working on my screen, my photographic side, get me at the no. But what I was going to say is, somebody pointed out that the reason why that's imperative this story is relevant, and pertinent is because it's the consequence of prohibitions and that kind of the seedy underbelly takes over. The more conservative and weird you get. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I do.
the more you crack down in this weird, ununderstanding way, that just opens the door for all this other weirdness.
Yeah. There's tons of room for all sorts of weirdness, not all of it good, unfortunately.
Yeah. But this
Well,
isn't about that. This is about making things happen and being creative, and we're being positive. We ain't killing nobody. We're just making records, making people happy.
absolutely. I got one of these I'm gonna make for you too. I don't know if you care, but I make these little crystal bullets.
Ooh.
They have like a crystal in
Yeah.
the AK-47 shell.
That's perfect, man. I really like that. That's that whole diamond bullet thing. It's pretty insane.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, the low budge version. You could have used cubic zirconium.
Yeah, but there's like a spiritual property for me.
Right, the resonance.
With quartz,
Yeah, of course. One thing that I was just gonna ask. Oh man, we're gonna find some really cool stuff when you come over here. I'm gonna keep my eyes open, because this is the land of keyboards. That stuff was invented here.
Yes, correct.
I'll always keep my eye out for you, because I play too, and I love to experiment. I'm getting a harpsichord set up for me, and there's lots of cool stuff. It's just gonna be such a great time when we come over here. When we get this going, and I'm just looking forward, like we were talking about before, rounding up some other people and seeing if they want to have it like a weekend or whatever over here, just like casually. Because I always loved how Robert Fripp, or David Sanborn, all these guys, you don't have to like everything that they do, and David Sylvian, but how they would go to Europe and they were just every single record is like these people just visiting, and it's not only this like music event that could be alternative or some other kind of music, it's also this cultural thing, artistic wise. There's another element to the music, it's like, and collaboration. I mean, it says a lot of different things. I'm interested in that.
Well, also there's that collective consciousness, when you have the power of a bunch of people together versus just, I know you just have more ideas coming in and out, more energy,
And Dino's doing some tracks. He was in a band called Dimmer. He's just very talented. He's this guy from New Zealand who's playing drums. He's just an amazing drummer over here with me sometimes. Like he talks. He just had a baby, Achilles, bless him and his family.
Wow.
But anyway,
is he gonna play with Zeus?
No, the baby. Herman's too old for him. Herman would have to
Oh,
wait.
okay.
You know, Herman's 8. So,
Right.
but check this out. What I'm going to say is, in these sessions, I'm a really good drummer, but he's like somebody who can do insane performance. Like he could do things on top of my beats or my grooves that I could never pull off. Right? He's like a real drummer, and I'm like something else, right? You know what I mean? Like I play a studio, he plays drums, and he's dedicated to his craft. So there's a difference there, where I just understand, the vibes or what I'm looking for. He can like really do it, and I committed myself with these people, with Will Crothers, even when they're doing something I don't really like, on this record, I'm gonna let them do it as long as it doesn't like bull in the china shop kind of thing to it. So if they do something wonky or weird or something that I personally would approach different, I'm gonna leave it on this album and see if that brings something else into the mix, maybe, than just all me and the push and pull of me with my collaborators saying. Because at a point it gets like, well, Anton, why are you having me here if you could do this? Because I know you can do this better, exactly what you want instantly. And so there's a good point to that. Like when you have a lawyer or a doctor, it's like, why are you paying this person if you're not going to listen to what they say?
Exactly.
At a certain time, it's like you go to another doctor or lawyer or do exactly what they say.
Yeah.
So, and that's,
Exactly.
that's the thing. So I want to see what kind of magic happens.
Well, I guess it's time for me to go down and start tracking.
Well, it's beautiful, and this is a beautiful amount of time because I think, I'm not sure how long this lasted. If it's short enough, or I'll edit it later. This can go on YouTube too, because I'm sure. And everybody, is like very excited about this, because when it comes out, now I'm like a kid at Christmas or a week before when the boxes appear or something, under the tree. I've got to know. I'm shaking them. I'm rattling them,
Yeah, of course. I'm just happy that we could kind of get this together. It's a real nice forum here that you've got.
Yeah, well, and the coolest thing about this is you're kind of trailblazing for other people because you're like saying, look, man, that didn't hurt. He didn't hurt me. I didn't join his cult. We just look, and then other people can see us in it, because Ian Asbury's going to do an interview with me, and so there's a lot of cats, and it shows them that that wasn't such a big deal. Like I don't have to put on a big front, and I actually look better or whatever. You know what I mean? Not that he's going to do it, but you know what I mean. It's like not a big deal. It's like a couple minutes of your time.
Would you be interested in? I'm DJing the Grinder Man show in LA, and I know Jim Sclavonos, the drummer, is going to do DJ with me.
Yeah.
So maybe we could sort out something where we could do a little short interview.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, I love Nick Cave and Grinder Man, and
well,
I'm sure he has some insight,
Yeah, the Grinder Man too is the coolest thing is the level of atmospherics, right?
Yeah.
That dynamic level.
Exactly. I mean,
they're working
it. The thing is, we talked about this before. Like, we played their first show at ATP in Minehead, and Bobby Gillespie was playing drums too, and it was like they were so great. It was like a Stooges kind of. It reminded me of like closer to the Birthday Party than like the Bad Seeds or something.
Yeah, that's great. Exactly. But that's like you can't go wrong either way. You turn there, basically.
Yeah, and that band as people, like Bad Seeds, just are great people.
It's just funny when people criticize me in the past. They're like, "Oh, you just wish you were in Echo the Bunnymen, or you just steal from Echo and the Bunnymen or something." I'm like, "That's right, man. I steal from the best. Who you steal from, motherfucker?" It's like, or whatever. I mean, that's like off the top of my head. I'm like, even though it's not exactly true, I love all the same stuff. I'm mates with Will Sargent. I love all the same records since he's just a little bit older, but since the same, just like we were talking.
Shit, man. Ocean Rain and Porcupine were probably two of the most important records for me as a kid. Look at this haircut.
It's great.
You think it would have Ian McCullough had nothing to do with that.
It's almost like you snuck up on Ron Wood when he was sleeping. It just no, I'm just kidding.
There you go again.
I know. Oh, this is great. I'm just joking.
Well, are you going to post this up later, like the
It's
other
go,
ones?
it'll be right now, but I'll put it on, I'll put it in like as soon as I play Dead Skeletons or something. I'll go in there and grab the URL and put it right on Facebook.
All right. Well, maybe you can, if you can, I don't know, maybe we can play we could do a mutual, can I make a request?
Yeah, here, let me get the window up. Okay, let me see.
Oh,
Put you down here for a second.
okay.
Let's see. What's the request first?
I don't know. I'm kind of feeling, I mean, I know it's pretty typical, but I'm kind of feeling transparent radiation.
Okay, 1 second.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
We love it. You know, some sexuality we can't explain.
exactly.
Whenever Sonic says that, I just laugh right at him. You know, in the song when I'm because I'm hanging out with that guy a lot. He's about ready to hit the tour, but we're mates. You know what I mean? And it just cracks me up. I'm like, okay, and.
Yeah.
But the quickest one that I see, you know, most of these people have loaded up. Okay, here's one where it's just no. What do you want? The demo? Do you want
I
spec?
like the one from
The record that we love with the great cover.
yeah.
With them with a. Go
Let
ahead.
me see. Hold on. Let me look at the one I'm thinking of.
You're thinking of the one that Greg Shaw put out right here.
It's
Ecstasy.
Perfect Prescription.
Yeah, I got it right here. Amazing, huh? But it's going to take me 1 minute, so you got to talk for 1 second, you know, because it's going to take me 1 minute to do this.
Well, I think like that record in particular, I like them a lot because they give the nod to a lot of not literally the nod.
Ah, that's the greatest pun I've heard in a long time. Of course they give the nod. They paid good money for that nod.
No, but I feel like they give a nod to like Lou Reed and Suicide and Booker T. You know, they have the Booker T Jam and just all these people. You know, and
Yeah, it's too bad that they didn't stick around long enough, or the interviews about it are so touchy that, you know, I don't feel like anybody's really really cracked the conversation about all that stuff correctly in an interview. And I think maybe I'm the guy to sit down with Sonic when he's in town and do that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I got more background information than anybody on the planet, basically, on this situation, because I have all angles of it.
Yes, you do. That's funny because the last time we talked, I said Sonic Boom versus Jason Pierce. Who's which side? Just to be funny, you know. And there is no sides clearly, but
It's a circle.
Yeah, exactly.
We're all looking at each other.
Exactly. That's an amazing way to put it.
Yeah.
Alpha and Omega come together.
Yeah, it's just the process that we go through. And boy, we're all interested to see what Jason's coming up with. He's been working really hard. Because, you know, the Natty Booker thing exhibit, the one in London. Are you still there?
Yeah.
Okay, the Natty Booker. I'm just hitting this thing for you. Give me 1 second. It's almost ready.
Okay.
You know, we'll wrap it up within a minute or two. Let me grab you back in the mix for 1 second, so you're back on TV while I was looking at that. Anyways, at the Natty Booker thing, you know, people were like, "Oh, blah blah blah." There was some negative stuff with people that don't even know about the situation and why that came to be. The whole why Will and Natty have been doing that. Natty came down with his life is shortened by his medical condition. He's not going to be with us forever, you know. None of us are going to be here forever, but so we're all about getting him honored. Part of that stuff, you know. Because a lot of people don't know the story behind all those images, but I know people with the tattoos, you know, of the laser guided melodies and stuff, and the threes and all this stuff, these iconic images that, you know, the pyramid with the three and all this stuff that relates to the projects and the art. And so, anyways, the place that they did it, right across the square, Jason lived there. So Jason was just across the street while he was recording.
Oh, wow.
But that's never going to happen, those guys hanging out.
Yeah.
But that's the way, that's the break sometimes.
Yeah, and plus, like, you know, how many reunions do you want to see for real anyway? Like, a band as strong as, you know, maybe it's, the energy's really intense and it burns out quicker.
Absolutely.
I think that's a Blade Runner line, but I mean...
Yeah, I've seen a million suns off of Thurgold too, you know, like all that stuff. I want more life, fucker.
Yeah, attack ships on fire off the coast of Orion.
Yeah, that's the line.
But
I think if I ever am questioned by the police, I'll just go into that monologue.
Either that or start talking in 20 speak, like, yeah, cover. See, what are you talking about, Flash?
But yeah, 1923, the world was at a war. Edward R. Murrow voice.
Yeah, exactly.
Gosh, I was just gonna say something because I know this is ready. So, but I'll get this in 1 second. Because we're almost, you know, I know you got things to do. What was I gonna say about? Yeah, hopefully Mike will see this. And say, yeah, this is cool. You know, because he's actually got a lot to say, and if you're in the right attitude where he's not defensive, because you know he knows a lot that other people don't know. He's like Kevin Shields in a different way. He hears sound on a level that we don't necessarily hear or pay attention to.
Right.
You know, like the way they put all that stuff together, all the vibratos and things. You know, he was looking for something because it's very consistent.
Exactly.
And also, you know, one of the things that people don't know, you mentioned like Booker T and all these different people that they were tipping the nod of the hat to, and one of them that Will told me, and this was new to me, is he said, because I was listening off things, Will and I were just talking, you know, because a lot of those elements in Space Myth, those are all of our styles and approach with those bass lines and stuff, you know, the reoccurring and the reoccurring bass line. You know, that kind of thing. Anyways, and we were talking about different bands about when they were just all met up and when they were sitting around listening to records together and going, well, this is what we want to do. Or Will and I were just talking about back in the day, and he told me that they were, more than anything else that nobody knows about, was the Folk Devils. This band, the Folk Devils. And the guys are dead. And the minute I heard it, I was like, well, if I've never heard of it, then that means it doesn't exist. So should I put this out? Should I re-release this? And he's like, that would be so beautiful. They're dead.
Exactly.
So I'm hunting down like who. And the problem when you hunt this kind of stuff is, now that I've said it, you know, other people are going to be like jumping on it. But the cool thing I have that they don't have is I have the best distribution straight to the point, you know, like if Southern Distribution said, hey, I would love to put this out, or Rough Trade or something, you know, well, they still go to my label, so I could cut them right out of it. Like, I don't even need to be in the mix money wise. I'll just hook it to the right distribution because I just want to see it out there. And to explain to people how I make money out of that, because it doesn't make any sense. Why would I go through the effort to put out these records on my label and not make any money? In the big picture, if I had the most happening shit, you know, I make money off my own stuff. It's about an ecosystem. There'll never be an Anton record store, an Anton club that just stays open waiting for me. You know, you got to have all these things in the mix.
Exactly.
So that's why I help.
So can we put this video on?
Okay, here we go.
This is what do we got? Transparent Radiation from Spaceman 3.
Well, we got Ecstasy, and it fades into each other's 9-minute track.
Great.
Here we go. 1 second, let me turn it on. Thanks, Greg. Thanks, Greg, for your time.
Well, thank you, and thanks everyone for hanging in there. And I appreciate you and everybody over here on the side. Just watching. It seems like you got a really good thing here, and
We have a good thing.
yeah, we do.
Because this really isn't, even though the URL right now on this page, on the Ustream page, says Brian Jonestown Massacre channel, this really is, and you see a poster behind me, the viewers do, this has very little to do, besides the fact that I'm playing mixes and I play my own music. This is about our time, and all time, and the grand tradition. It's not really about me. Because there is no me without all these bands we're talking about, these instruments we're talking about, these beautiful vistas and these ambitions, and our persistence. That's all it's about.
Yeah, I mean, persistence and vision and revolution. It just takes a little bit of action, just like that much action.
And to know that it's okay, like our past. We set an example, so people know it's okay to have control of your artistic integrity and not give that up for just what you think. When they're paying your rent for $700 a month or something, you're signed to Elektra, and as a keyboard player, you're getting like $700 a month. Your rent's covered or something. You're like, it's great. I don't have to worry about a day gig, and you think that's gonna last forever.
Yeah, definitely not.
So it's really the best thing you can have is your feeling about doing this stuff intact, and your freedom to make the decisions what you want. That's better than money.
It is,
because the money will come.
Absolutely.
If you're tuned into it, the money's going to come anyways. People don't understand
the universe knows.
No, but I mean, people respond to that too. Sometimes it takes forever. Look at the Velvet Underground. The Doors, people don't understand. The Doors didn't really break until 1980. They never sold 1 million records until 1980. When they re-released that LA Woman. That's when the Doors took off.
They did have a couple #1 singles off of, I think one was from Soft Parade.
No, listen. Of course they did, but listen, #1 back then was under 300,000 records. You were smoking everybody on the planet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like now #1. People cracked #1 this year with 50,000 records sold. It just depends on what the volume is.
True.
It isn't always like Nirvana with 10 million records or something.
Yeah.
Those are the flukes, or Lady Gaga or something. It's not always like that, or Michael Jackson. Sometimes it's like really achievable. Like bands like Guided by Voices, if it was the right week, man. A band like mine, I have multiple records where I've sold over 50,000 copies. It's just the right. If you hit it at the right time,
Yeah, like for example, this is it time.
That's good, man. Thank you so much. I'll put this on, okay?
What? Oh, okay. This band there's the Indian box. For this, this band, the last record we did went to #12 the first week on Billboard, which is like insane. It's the biggest
No, it isn't. No, it isn't, man. You're just way too humble. Look, I'll just say it so you don't have to. You're in a you're. It's okay.
Wait, hold on 1 second. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, we're just having some problems.
What, you being?
No, not me. Just there's like some problems with the equipment. My amp is not here.
See, you should get Rob Campanella to put my twin right in the fucking Jetta and straight down. Oh yeah, he's on the East Coast, but Andy or somebody's got to be there.
I mean, if you have a contact for anybody there, that might be helpful. And that Echoplex actually might be helpful for this recording. I don't know.
Well, listen. Here's the only thing about it, but this is all cool. Just keep this in mind. You're coming up on today. As soon as I put this song on, hey man, I'll just put it in the chat right to you, not the chat room, but straight to your Skype. I'll give you Rob's cell number, and
okay.
I'll tell him, and then he can call his brother. And you know what? I got twin reverbs there. He might have taken him on fucking tour. I just forgot because he's in New York. I was gonna say.
Is he on tour with what, Quarter After or something?
I'm not sure who it is. I know it's Matt Tao from the Love Tones and Asteroid Number
Oh,
4.
yeah.
I think all those guys might have my gear. The
They're on
Echoplex is
tour,
there.
yeah.
Yeah. I could
love
find out.
Asteroid Number 4.
I could find out in a hot, flat second, though. But
Yeah, sure.
they're just probably sleeping because the gig last night. They were in Philly last night.
Yeah, I know. I just missed it.
Mhm.
I'm kind of bummed because I love the Asteroid 4.
Oh, I'm kind of bummed I missed a show when I'm recording with Cat Power in Malibu, and I got stuffed animals in my room. Weird.
No, you know.
Yeah, you gotta
So
love the
nice
love the life you have, man, a little bit.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay, what I was gonna say about my take on the whole thing is I'm well aware of all the crap out there, and you're in a project that doesn't have any bad records, that's prolific. So even with other projects, even Shan with other people, it's like, that's great. And you with other people and everybody, there's no crap involved. And that's really, really cool. I don't think it's luck either. I just think it's great. I don't even think it's cool. I just think, it's a unique thing. And I gotta thank you again for sharing this time with us, our time,
Yeah, Mr. Hans says if you're here and I'm here, isn't it our time?
Yeah, it's absolutely, that's the truth, right?
Yeah, exactly.
What is that, from Pee-wee's Playhouse?
No, it's from Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Oh, shit, Spicoli. All
Sorry.
right, should we hit this song?
Let's hit the song and then I'll farewell these folks and then we'll.
Well, you're not gonna hang for 9 minutes, are you? You can if you want.
I have some headphones. With like a quarter inch. Yeah, I have that. Yeah.
Hey, you can call me back in a minute while it's playing. It's a 9-minute song.
Well,
take a pee.
I've got to go down and.
Just say goodbye, and I'll play the song. And you can check in, or you can call me back. You can call back in. It doesn't matter.
You are the man.
Right on.
Thank you so much.
Here we go. This is Spaceman 3. Say goodbye.
Goodbye.
For now. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, man.
And break a leg. You know what? One quick thing. In France, you know what they say?
What do they say?
Merde. They say shit. Yeah. You know why?
Why?
Because in the theater and the La Cage aux Folles and all that stuff and that district in Paris, when it was a successful show, there would be piles of horse shit with the carriages waiting for the rich people. So that when you go to play, if they love you, like the people like Dudu, I gotta hook you up with Dudu, our promoter. If that isn't your guy in France, he is the guy.
I know him. Yeah.
He is so
cool. He does
cool.
the Blues Explosion too.
He is the guy. But anyways, they just whisper shit to you in French, and I'm like, why did you just say shit? And then they explain it to me, and I'm like, you guys are something else, man. Give me a baguette. Here, have a bite of my baguette.
Well, also, if anybody is on the West Coast, we're playing in Seattle this week.
Where at?
Let me look. We're playing in Seattle, Santa Cruz.
I know where you guys are playing. You guys, what are you playing? Satellite Ballroom or something?
Let me look.
It's okay. I'll find it and post it. But wait, Napa, Seattle, San Francisco, or Santa Cruz? What did you just say? Sorry.
I said Seattle, Santa Cruz, Napa, and Big Sur.
Wow. Are you guys playing at the the Henry Miller Library gigs?
We are.
Everybody listen, if you're on the west coast of California, look up the Cat Power date for the Henry Miller Library. It's right there at the tail end of the Redwoods in the most God's beautiful place. It's amazing. And what you'd want to do is stay, down in not San Dimas, but San Simeon, or someplace a little bit farther out, because there's limited hotel space for something like that. It'll probably be booked, because there's only Gorda and Big Sur right there, and then you have to go for a little bit. But you could pull off the drive, if you're farther away. That would be the concert of your lifetime. And right below it, they have the Essalon Center, and you can jacuzzi, you can get Reiki done and all that good stuff. And
oh, yeah.
It is just, you guys should film that on video, so have somebody casually. Might be cool.
Maybe one of your fans here can come and do it or something.
I think Michelle Floral. I think Michelle Raheel would do it because she goes up there all the time.
Oh yeah.
Yep, and she's super cool.
Well, if any of these people want to like, anybody watching the replay or want to go or whatever, just find the Facebook thing and then, look it up and we'll talk about it. If people are broke or something, I usually try and get people in.
Or just, that's what people don't know is like, on the one hand, we can't handle, you know how many people I know in every town. If I pull into New York, I know 1,000 people in New York. So they have to be realistic with guest lists. But on the other hand, I walk straight outside, give people passes. I'm careful about backstage passes and all that crap because you have to respect support.
Sure.
You have to respect your band members. But in London, I've even made like French kids took the Eurail and stuff and showed up. From mid France, it's like 150 euros to find out that it was been sold out for a month because they didn't check. And I'd be outside. I'm like, okay, you better go to an ATM right now. Well, we're not old enough to get in. We'll go to an ATM right now, and at face value, I'll sell you tickets. And I would like, but get people in, whatever. Like, we do that stuff sometimes, but you can't just assume because you know somebody that you have to understand that 1,000 people might ask or something. So you have to understand that the answer might be no. And you have to be okay. You have to be okay with the fact that the answer to your question might be no. It doesn't mean anything. For whatever reason, that's okay. That's one of the two options or three options, right?
Yeah, like for example, or like just things happen. I have like right now just was reading an email from a Facebook friend who's pissed at me because she thinks that I deleted her or something. Like, my computer, Facebook's not perfect. It deletes people. It's like
all the time.
Same thing. And so it's like, I don't have the time to sit around and like go through and start deleting people. It's like, if I don't know. It's the same with the passes. It's like if we're friends and you're nice and if I can do it, I'll do it. Of course.
But then the thing you got to understand about that too is when he's at a concert or when I'm at a concert, I'm not there to shoot the shit with you and talk about my band. I'm there to focus and put on a good show for the people that paid, not the guests at all.
Sure.
You got to stay the fuck out of my way. And if I have time, I'll talk to you because I'm a good guy. But I'm not even going to give you the time of day if I'm busy because I'm there to do my job. And first of all, to myself. I want to do a good job for myself. And I want people to witness that. And that doesn't involve, your e-ticket to Disneyland or something. Do you know about the secret room that they got, the Masonic drinking room?
I've heard about it.
Yeah.
But like, is it where they keep Disney's head and stuff like that as well?
Nixon's. Close.
Oh, Nixon's. They
Tricky
have
dick.
his head. I've heard that
Walt Disney.
Disney's head is
Cryogenic.
Yeah, cryogenically frozen, is it not?
Supposedly they say it's it's a myth, but I don't believe it. Because why wouldn't you do it if it was a possibility at the time? Why wouldn't you? But I love in 30th Century Man, Scott Walker, he's like, can you see me shaking hands with Charles de Gaulle? Because he got froze too.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, so he's like, can you see me shaking hands with Charles de Gaulle? Play cool and saran wrap all you can. He's like, you have to wrap yourself up in plastic. He's like, play it cool and saran wrap all you can to be a 30th century man.
I just wanted to wear I saw this hat on the floor. This
Wait,
is actually...
stand still. Stand still and quit bending it. Okay, wait. Okay, I got a snappy snap. Classic.
This is actually Aislinn Van Creet's hat. I owe it to her.
We love her. She's cool.
Absolutely. She used to be my main lady back in the day.
Well, that's okay. You guys are all good still.
Yeah, absolutely.
People at places like Iceland, you got to get over that stuff. It's like, you live in a small town. It's like, yeah, I dated your ex-girlfriend 5 years before you knew her. But sorry, I mean, what was I supposed to do? Go, in the future, if this doesn't work out, she might have another relationship? Gee,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's pretty heavy. I don't know if I can get into this.
I mean, but you'd be surprised. Some people hang on to resentments pretty long.
Well, a lot of people don't want to think about somebody else fucking somebody else, I guess, or something.
It's an ego thing. It's inconsequential to me at this point.
Yeah, exactly. We're adults.
So, should we play this jam and then I'm going to go
Excellent.
down and do some recording?
Hey, I'm just so happy. You know what the best thing about this whole process is? That you guys are all even bothering to make another record. Think of all the people we love that, it's like, where the fuck is... I could just make a list,
Absolutely.
And that's okay if people want to stop. But the reason you make records should be... I know people do the get out of jail records. I have a suspicion that's what, this new Gil Scott-Heron record is, because of the way some of it is. But maybe I'm wrong. But he did just get out of jail. But then there's the other kind of stuff. There's I got to pay my rent record, and then there's the like, I'm up to try kind of record.
Yeah, and I think like whatever we're gonna, if a bunch of us get together, it could just be like let's just make something crazy record, and see
we got
what
nothing
happens.
to lose. We already made it. You know what I mean? It's like so.
Power to the people.
But yeah, exactly. Automatic faggot for the people till I die. But
Exactly.
but I love saying that. The thing about it is if you have that perspective, that's where it can really cook. You know what I mean? Is we're just like, this is all extra. This is all like cash back.
And you never know what you're gonna get. I mean, you could be like the greatest thing ever. It could be amazing. So.
All right, Greg. God, man, you're just a saint for doing this for us because people love it. We've got over 80.
I hope so.
We have like over 80 players, 85 players right now. That's 86 is going up. So I mean, we're keeping interest. It went straight up with a bullet.
Oh, good.
So thank you for making us number one again.
Number one.
Woohoo!
All right. Well,
take care.
Yeah, if you get a chance, send me that
link. I'll post it on your
number.
page. Oh yeah, and I'll do Rob. I'll let him know. I'll give him a heads up too. But here it is. For 1 second, check this out. Just say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you. But listen for 1 second. Check it out. Here we go with Spaceman 3.